Let's be honest, does the term artificial intelligence just make your head spin a little? If so, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to skip all the complex jargon and the sci-fi stuff to focus on just one thing: how to change the way you see AI, from something intimidating to something you actually use. Starting, well, right now.
Are you feeling that AI fatigue? I mean, it feels like every single day there's a new tool, a new term, and this new pressure that you have to become an expert, like yesterday. You see all these headlines about neural networks and large language models, and you're just thinking, where would I even begin with all this?
Well, if any of that sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone. But here's the good news. Getting started with AI isn't about becoming a data scientist overnight. Nope. It's actually about a really simple but powerful shift in how you think about it.
Okay, so let's get right into the biggest reason why AI feels so impossible. It's what we can call the learn everything trap. It's this completely flawed approach that makes the whole topic feel out of reach and, honestly, keeps a lot of us from even trying.
Our first instinct is to think we have to go back to school, right? We think we need to learn all the complex theory, the algorithms, the deep math, before we can do anything useful with it. But that is a recipe for frustration. The better way? You just flip that whole thing on its head. Start with a simple, real-world problem using the tools you already have.
And I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. You didn't read an engineering textbook before you got your driver's license, did you? Of course not. You got in the car, you turned the key, and you learned by actually doing it. We need to have that exact same mindset with AI.
So if we're throwing out the old learn-it-all playbook, what's the new one? Well, this is the fun part. This is where you get to meet an assistant you probably didn't even know you had.
This is the big idea, the mental shift that changes everything. Stop thinking of AI as this giant, separate thing you have to go out and conquer. Instead, I want you to start seeing it as a hidden assistant, a helpful little feature that's already built into the software you use every single day, just waiting for you to give it a task.
And if you're still not totally sold, this one will lock it in for you. You use electricity all day, every day, without knowing the first thing about how the power grid works, right? Well, AI is basically becoming the new electricity. It's this utility that's just there, in the background, making your tools better. You don't need to be the expert who built it. You just need to be the person who flips the switch. And the best part is, this isn't some far-off futuristic idea. Your hidden assistant is already working for you, like right now. Every time Gmail filters out a spam email, that's your AI assistant. When Google Maps cleverly reroutes you around a traffic jam, or Netflix just knows what movie you want to watch next, that's your assistant. Even the autocomplete in your search bar is that hidden helper, predicting what you need.
All right, so we've got the new mindset. We know this hidden assistant exists. So now what? Well, now we put it to work, intentionally. And don't worry, this is super simple. Here are 5 things you can literally start doing today. First, just identify it. Start noticing the AI that's already helping you. Second, engage with it. Actually use those predictive text suggestions. Third, use Siri or Alexa for something small. Fourth, leverage it at work. Start looking for those little AI or magic icons in your software. And finally, direct it. Go ask a chatbot to do something simple for you, like plan out a weekend trip. Let me give you a perfect, real-world example of this. Imagine a teacher who has to write a weekly newsletter. Instead of staring at that dreaded blank page, they just pop a few bullet points into their normal word processor and ask the built-in AI assistant to draft a quick summary. Boom! No new software, no online course. They just delegated the annoying part of the job. Okay, now as you start playing around with this, there are a few, let's call them pro tips to keep in mind. First, and this is a big one, you absolutely do not need to know how to code. Second, always double check what the AI gives you. It can sometimes just make stuff up. They call these hallucinations. So treat it like a first draft from a helpful intern, not a final fact. And third, be smart about privacy. Never, ever put sensitive personal or company information into these public AI tools. We've covered a lot of ground, but I want to boil this all down to one incredibly simple first step. Let's forget the 5 steps for a second and just focus on one thing. That's it, just one. The whole point here isn't to become an AI genius by tomorrow. It's just to take one tiny action to prove to yourself how easy and accessible this can actually be. So here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. Sometime today, just find one of those little AI-powered features you always ignore.
Maybe it's one of Gmail's one-click suggested replies, or a summarize this document button in your software. Just find one, click it, and see what it does. That's all.
And that's it. That's how it starts, not with some big, intimidating course, but with a single curious click. By doing that, you're starting a whole new relationship with technology, one that's based on help, not hype. So I'll just leave you with this question. What will your hidden assistant do for you first?
ChatGPT works best when it's given clear instructions. But most people don't know how to structure prompts properly, which leads to low-quality results. I created a digital book that contains carefully written prompts for ChatGPT and other AI tools, designed for real-world use cases across multiple niches. If you want better results from AI, this prompt pack shows you what to ask. Backhand index pointing right link in description and comments.